gonna talk, and it's gonna get a little personal, and it's gonna get a little deep, but it's okay because I trust y'all. I trust y'all. Do we like her? Are we happy with her? Because she's happy with her, and that's all that matters. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my journey to self-discovery, transformation, self-love, just all of that, in hopes of somebody resonating with it, somebody being able to connect with it in some way. Basically, it's me coming from being completely lost and unsure of myself and just confidence at an all-time low to a place where I feel very sure of myself and very just proud of the person that I am and the person that I'm becoming. And I think everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves to feel that way. I just wanted to share mine and kind of start this channel off on that foot. This period in my life where I'm in is like very exciting. You know, I'm excited to wake up every single day. I'm excited for tomorrow. That took me a long time to be able to get to. You know, I just felt like I needed to scoop back a little bit. But I know how it feels to be at the very beginning and not have anyone to kind of, not necessarily walk you through it, but is open enough to share their experience, or is just open, period. And I find it really hard to find someone who I as a Muslim, I as a Somali, like can really relate to. It's so nice that I've been able to do that on TikTok. I have received so much love from that, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. And I thought it was just nice that I've been able to have that community because I'm still growing, I'm still learning, I'm still figuring things out. But it was really nice having a ton of you guys just DMing me and showing me support, and it just meant the world to me, which is why I had to cut the cameras. I didn't want to give off the wrong idea. Since I started sharing that on TikTok, the only thing you guys see is like me working out, waking up early. There's so much more to it, and I didn't want people to go and watch that and do all that and feel like, why is nothing changing? The growth doesn't happen through the physical stuff, like, you know what I mean? There's a lot more to it, and that's why I felt like it was appropriate for me to come on here and share that with you guys. And I'm so nervous and I'm very scared, so be nice to me in the comments, okay? We're gonna talk, and it's gonna get a little personal, and it's gonna get a little deep, but it's okay because I trust y'all. I trust y'all. And I want you guys to succeed, okay? I want you guys to know who you guys truly are. So we're gonna turn back time a little bit. Who was Bahja before she got on TikTok? Who was Bahja before she started posting her aesthetically pleasing vlogs? Who was she? Well, I'll tell you who I was. We're gonna rewind. I'm sorry, this is so awkward for me. January of 2021, okay? So January of 2021, I decided, okay, I was gonna make a vision board. And I just did it for the vibe. It's New Year, new beginnings. My friends at the time and I got together and we made vision boards, and we also did, remember when it was a TikTok like trend to get the plate and write letting go and like write down all the things that you want to let go of? I was like, okay, we're gonna do this. But Bahja at the time didn't really think she had anything to let go of. Bahja at the time felt like she really didn't have any issues, anything to work through. She was just a-okay. And I sat down and I started writing on the plate, letting go. All of a sudden, like, I had all these things that I was trying to let go of, and I didn't even realize that I needed to let go of these things because I never really asked myself. Like, I never really questioned myself. I never really took the time I never took the time for myself to really see how I was feeling and what, I don't know, I just kind of always put myself on the back burner. One of the things that was on there was I remember putting like this quote that said, when your iman grows, you glow, or something like that. and I really wanted to learn a little bit about Islam and maybe like connect with it a little bit. But like my biggest thing was, I was like, this year I'm gonna wear my hijab. Like, I'm gonna wear my hijab. This year I will wear my hijab. And that was like one thing that I decided on, and it was point blank. On the vision board, I also put like all these things that I really wanted this year, all these things that I really wanted to accomplish this year, to achieve, that I wanted to happen. And so I just made it and I put it somewhere and I completely forgot about it. That, because winter break was before that. So when winter break started, I started feeling a little odd. I started feeling a little off. I started feeling weird, okay? And like, I wasn't my regular schmegular self. My parents were gone at the time. They went on a trip, and some of my siblings were gone. So the house was very quiet. It was very interesting time in my life, and I really just became so depressed. Like, you guys, like, honestly, I became so depressed, and I was really anxious over things that didn't even matter, and I was overthinking everything, and it was just a very rough time in my life, and my parents were gone. Like, it wasn't good, and I stopped eating, and there was just a lot that was going wrong. And yeah, so January came around and we made those vision boards and stuff, and I did the letting go thing, but I never really took the time to really to understand myself and why I was feeling those things that I was feeling. But when I did the letting go thing, I was like, oh my god, I have so much that I needed to let go of. This is very odd. This is very not like me. After winter break, I kind of just continued living life. I didn't really do anything, but I kind of set those intentions, and they were kind of just somewhere in the back of my head. Up until April, I was just a disaster, you guys. Like, I don't even know why. Like, I was so afraid of being by myself because I was so scared of my thoughts. I was honestly in just a really rough place, but nobody around me knew that. Nobody around me knew that because I didn't let them. It was just very weird for me to even talk about those type of things, and it wasn't something that I was comfortable with, and I didn't understand where it was coming from. And that was the worst thing, because I was feeling so awful and just upset constantly. Would just keep myself occupied. Like, every day was just disgusting. Every day was disgusting. Every day was so just draining, and I had like people around me all the time, and it was only because I was afraid of being by myself. I was scared of being upset, and I was scared of being sad, and I didn't know where I was coming from, so I couldn't even, like, I didn't feel like I could fix it. I was just like, it's gonna blow over. So I just kept myself occupied. I was trying to find that comfort in other people, and it just wasn't working out, and it was only draining me. I was like out every day, and I didn't want to be out every day, and I didn't want to be around these people, but I was just scared of being by myself, okay? I hope I don't cry. I'm not gonna cry. We're not gonna cry. We're not gonna do that today. But that went on for months. It went on for months. And in April, on my TikTok feed, started coming up like Islamic quotes and stuff. And I know that's weird, but those started coming up, and I felt a little bit of comfort. Like, I really feel the need to turn to Allah, because I feel like I'm in such a low place that turning to people just will not help me. And okay. But yeah, I was just like, I need to really figure that out, and I still wasn't wearing my hijab. I still wasn't really taking it serious or anything. In April, I went on a trip to New York because I was living. I don't know what it is about New York, but when I was there, I genuinely felt like this is where I need to be. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get here. I don't know what's here for me. I need to be in New York, and that kind of made me realize, like, I never really had anything to focus on. Like, I really thought about my future, because that on its own scared me, and I don't know why it scared me so much, but it did. When I was in New York, I made a TikTok vlog. I think it was my first vlog I ever posted on TikTok, and I did really well. I had to take it down because I wasn't wearing my hijab, but I was like, and that's kind of when I started feeling TikTok. And the thing with me is, I've always been very creative. Like, in school and stuff, I might have not had the best grades, but I always had the best presentation. Like, I've always been really creative, and I feel like I lost that for a really long time. My sister was like, bro, like, you were on something else when we were in New York, because I genuinely felt so different when I was there, and I felt like I don't know, but my whole just vibe changed, and I was like, I need to be here. Like, and so then that made me kind of realize, like, now I have something to really like look forward to. Why am I crying? Damn. Okay, that really gave me hope, and I was like, okay, I need something to change. And the day that we came back from New York was the first day of Ramadan. And I was so geeked about Ramadan this year because of everything that I've experienced. I just knew that Ramadan was gonna make me feel better, because it does every single year. Like, Ramadan is the best time of my year every single year. It came at just like a perfect time, because I just came back from New York. I have a little bit of hope in myself, and I have something to look forward to. I have something to pray for. Like, really, really good. Like, I felt like I was healing. I was like, this feels so good. Like, I feel like my old self again. Sad, nobody ever caught me sad. Like, my name literally means happy, and I feel like I'm that. I'm really very much my name. And when people would come around, it was like automatically Bahja is herself. Like, she's not sad. Bahja's just never sad, you know what I mean? That's just kind of who I was. And so I started feeling like that again, and I was like, oh my god. Like, Ramadan, I really started getting closer to Allah. I started building my connection just a little bit, though. Like, it wasn't nothing crazy. I lost a lot of friends in that time, and I was a better person just a little bit. Like, I wasn't fighting anything. I wasn't being a bad person to them. It just kind of happened, and it wasn't something that hurt me in any way, which I was really grateful for. Allah removed these people out of my life. It has to be for something good, like a good reason. And I was fine with it. I was okay, and I just really felt good again. And even though like I was like losing friends and stuff, I decided that I wanted to be kinder to people. I don't know, like my whole vibe just kind of shifted and changed, and I just felt myself being a really good person. And I've always been a good person. I'm not even gonna sit here and say I wasn't. Like, I guess people just kind of told me that I was petty. People told me that I was mean, and I just took that on, and I was petty for a really, really long time, and I was kind of mean, and I don't even know why I was, because I know myself, and I know that deep down that just wasn't me. I just kind of took that on as me. Like, in Ramadan, I was like, Bahja, like, this is it. Like, I don't want to go back to feeling like how I was feeling before, and I want to feel like the way that I do in Ramadan all year round. Like, I really want to feel like this all year round. And yeah, I just kind of told myself that. And May 4th, okay, and I remember this day till the day I die. May 4th, it was a Ramadan day, and I was making a TikTok. So I did my makeup, and I wore hijab, and I wore it fully, and I wore it properly. And I remember putting my camera up on my windowsill to like record a TikTok, and I literally started bawling, because I, for the first time ever, felt really good, and I felt like genuinely beautiful in a full hijab. And I was like, oh my god. At this point, I have all this hope. I know I want to be in New York. I don't know what I'm gonna do in New York. Until this day, I need to be in New York. Like, that is a goal of mine, and that's, inshallah, it'll work its way no matter what. But I kind of, on that same day, I came home, and I even gave my cousin a piece of paper, and I was like, sit down, because I realized that with the trip and with Ramadan and everything, I was like, bro, there's so much more for me, and there's so much more that I can be, and there's so much more that I could do. And I don't know what it was about New York, but it really just gave me hope. I made a decision when I was very young on what I wanted to do, and it's crazy because I'm gonna be doing that very soon. But I made that decision, and I stuck with it for a really long time, and it was just kind of like, well, I have this that I want to do, and I just never put any thought into it because it scared me. But I was like, I need to change. I need to change, and I need to become someone who's genuinely just happy and feels good and is a good person and is a kind person. And I told myself, I was kind of like, I need to be the person that I want to be. And I was like, I don't even know what that is though. So I pulled out my journal. I'm literally never getting rid of this thing ever in my life. And on May 4th, I wrote down exactly who it was that I wanted to be. What does this person look like? What does she do? What is her job? Where does she live? Like, I wrote it all down. I kind of made this person, which was me, but like kind of like, this is what I want to do. This was the beginning of May, so I was like, this is what I need to do this year or this month in order for me to get one step closer. Like it could be one step, it could be two steps closer to being this person that I want to be. And the one thing that I knew was that I really wanted to make Allah like the center of it all, because I knew that was the only way to being happy and genuinely a better person. And I started taking action, and it was little things like fixing my sleep schedule, taking care of my skin, listening to podcasts, reading a book, which I didn't do for a very long time after that. I'll tell you that much. I really just set a goal for myself. Also, what's crazy is the vision board that I made in the very beginning of the year, everything that I put on that vision board, I have been able to accomplish. I kind of just really set that intention, and I started taking little steps. Like every month I set myself some goals, and I really just genuinely started focusing on myself. Things were falling apart so badly. Like I still struggled, and it was months, okay, that was kind of going on for. The one thing about me is I never lost hope, and I continued to pray, and I continued to connect with Allah, and I continued to focus on myself. And the worst part of it all, like I remember texting my friend and I was like, bro, this sucks so bad. I found myself unpacking every single thing every single day. It was like something new that I had to get over, something new that I had to fix, something. It was just insane. Like everything got so bad before it got good, so bad. And I understand why a lot of people don't do it. I understand why a lot of people don't get through it, because it sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks. It's every day something that I had to overcome, and everything that I've ever experienced in my life, my limiting beliefs, my negative thoughts, like it was insane. It has been the weirdest and most insane journey of my life, and it was good that every single time I went back to Allah. I can't even sit here and tell you how all of this happened, but it was just happening, and I was just discovering so much about myself, the way that I am, why I do the things that I do, and all these things were coming up. Everything was coming and kicking me, like it was literally beating me up, you guys. It was me against myself. It was me against myself for so long, and I had to keep overcoming myself, my old behaviors. Thinking back now, like it's like weird how all of that worked out the way that it did, and it was so bad before it got good, so bad. And the craziest part is that it recently just got good. Like after this whole year of just battling myself, I finally come to a place where I am so at peace. I'm so happy, and I wouldn't go back and change any of that for anything. And I feel like I finally found myself, and I know who I am, and I know the type of person I am, and I know what I want to do, and I know where I want to be. Like I really just unwrapped all that. There was definitely a lot that was holding me back, and which is why I needed to experience all the things that I did, because it showed me that there was so much wrong with me. And not necessarily so much wrong with me, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on that I needed to unpack. I have changed so much within myself that now like everything around me has also changed in the best way possible. Like I realized that there's really nothing like it, and I think everyone needs to experience it. I've been able to help my sisters, I've been able to help my mom. Like it's weird, but once I started really focusing on myself, I then started slowly finding Islam, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. Once you find that feeling, and you find that peace, and you find that happiness, you wouldn't want to lose it for anything. Like I wouldn't want to trade it for anything, and I couldn't imagine myself not going through that, or like I wouldn't want to not go through that. It's crazy because in the moment, like when all that was happening, it kind of felt like my whole world was falling apart, and it felt like it just wouldn't get better, and it was just so awful. Like, and I couldn't I couldn't speak up about it. Like I don't know, like who would have said something, who could have helped me? And I kind of realized that along the way, like nobody is going to help you. Like nobody can help you but yourself. Like you have to be willing to do those things for yourself. When I started doing better for myself, it kind of feels like everything that I want is coming to me. I've been able to reach all the goals that I wanted to reach and achieve all the things I wanted to achieve, and inshallah I continue to do so. And alhamdulillah, like I'm just so grateful for everything. Everything just feels so perfectly guided. The days that I was upset or I felt a certain way, I would go to school or I'd go somewhere and I would hear the exact words that I needed to hear, and I cannot make this up. And so I think all that is just perfect guidance from Allah. And like I'd make dua, you guys. I've seen the power of dua, and I've seen the power of tahajjud, and I've seen the power of istikhara, and everything just feels so perfect. Like it couldn't be better. And even if bad things are happening or something that's considered bad, I cannot see as bad, because I just know that if it's this bad, like it has to be good. Like does that make sense? And so I started finding books and podcasts and all these things, and it's like this was exactly what I needed at this exact time. Like it's just so perfect. Like alhamdulillah, I'm so grateful, and I'm so proud of who I am and who I've become and who I'm becoming. And I just know that if I was still stuck in my old mindset, in my old habits, that I definitely just wouldn't be where I am today. Like I don't want to reach the end of my life feeling like I didn't reach my full potential, I didn't find my potential, I didn't know what I was capable of because I never tried. And I think every single person should be that way and feel that way. I made that TikTok in New York. I kind of decided I'm going to continue making TikToks just to feed my creativity, because I felt like I completely lost that side of myself. And I don't know how, but it created this incredible community of people, and I'm just so grateful for you guys. And I've made some of the best people my friends. The thing with TikTok is I didn't know if I was doing it in the best way that I could. The thing with that, with social media, is it's really awkward being vulnerable on social media and really just honest, but I feel like it's very much needed, because there's a lot of girls who are literally like sisters to me, and they message me about everything. And I feel like there's more people, like if I could reach more people than that, that's even better, because then I get to put out a good message. I hope that it's a good message. Yeah, I just felt like I couldn't do that through TikTok. And one thing that I didn't want to do was to be very much the typical influencer type. I don't want it to be like me just showing you like products that I'm probably not even gonna ever use again. I don't know, it's not even about that for me, and it's not about getting free stuff, and it's not about, I genuinely just want people to do better, because I know what it feels like to have finally reached the point where I feel really good about myself. And I don't see anybody talking about that. And I was like, well, if I don't see it, then I'm gonna be the person to do it. And I asked you guys on Instagram, like if I were to do YouTube, or if I were to do like a podcast maybe, what type of questions would you guys be interested in me answering? Like what type of topics? And you guys did it for me. Like I was like, perfect, because this is exactly what I wanted to do. And I can tell that you guys really want to do better for yourselves and really change and become the best versions of yourself. You don't really see a hijabi doing that. Like I really want to be that for you guys. I'm really excited to talk to you guys more about mindset and Islam, and really just all that good stuff in one place, and really just be honest and be open with you guys, because that is what I wish I had. You know what I mean? I could talk to my sisters about this, I could talk to my mom about this, and I'm like, well, there's so many girls out there who don't have that, who don't have that person, who don't have that support. And I did this all on my own, and obviously with the help of Allah, I know that I wouldn't be probably still really just, I just truly genuinely love people, and I love connecting with people, and I love learning about people's experiences. I love talking to people. Like it's just something that I love to do. And I was like, well, this is my chance. Listen, like honestly, us, me and you, we're gonna be neighbors in Jannah. Yeah, we're gonna be neighbors in Jannah, and we're gonna succeed in this life, okay? And we're gonna reach our full potential. We're gonna find ourselves. And then in Jannah, we're gonna be neighbors. okay? Because that is the main goal here. That is the end goal here, okay? If you haven't started, or if you never even thought about starting your own self-discovery, self-development, self-transformation, becoming your best self, as I like to call it, finding your highest self. If you never thought of that, maybe now you've changed your mind. But if you feel like you're anywhere on that journey, like wherever you are, I really hope you found this a little bit, I don't know, maybe found a little hope in it. And I know it gets really hard to really see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like sometimes you could barely see it and you're barely holding on. But I want you, if you're on this journey, or if you haven't even started, like I really genuinely want you to hold on to hope, because I promise it gets better. And I know those hard days, I know what those feel like, okay? Those hard moments, I know what those feel like. So like just honestly holding on and knowing that better is gonna come, and truly genuinely believing it is the way to go. And I hope that this video helped with that a little bit, if you needed that extra little push. But yeah, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really thought I was gonna cry, and I didn't. Look at me, big girl, big girl. I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to say. This was very difficult for me to do, okay? This is very much outside my comfort zone. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have an incredible rest of your day, and I hope I made your day a little bit better. I hope you've gained something from this, and if you have a friend or a sister or a cousin who you think will resonate with this or might need to hear this, then send this to them and share this with them, and it would mean the absolute world to me if you guys could leave a comment down below. Like, I just want you guys to walk away from my videos feeling good. My Instagram DMs, and I say this all the time on my story, my Instagram DMs are always completely open, and I respond a lot of the time. Just kidding, I respond all the time, and I've made some incredible connections with you guys, and I hope to continue. Like, this is something new for me, okay? This is like a new beginning for me. This girl's excited about life. You guys hear me? This girl's excited about life, and I want you to be excited about life. Yeah.